In this video, we will show you how much a trip to Miami costs with all costs included, the cost of the hotel, the ticket, the car, the chip, transportation, everything you need in two profiles. The economic profile for those who want to travel very cheap and spend the minimum on everything, and also the profile a little more comfort, which we call who spends a little more but has a little more comfort on the trip. So stay tuned guys for quick useful tips and no winding up. Let's go! Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, one of the largest travel content networks in the world, and today we are going to talk about how much it costs to take a trip to Miami. It's a really cool video. There is already this video from 2.5 years ago that we did at the beginning of the channel, but the values have changed a lot since then, and after the pandemic, trips to anywhere abroad have become much more expensive, unfortunately, because everything went up in dollars and the dollar is also appreciated. So it was the sum of two factors that made travel to the United States a little more expensive. So we've updated everything. We have a new spreadsheet just for you. Important thing guys, this video is focused on the value, okay guys, on the price of things. If you want to travel to Miami cheaply, there is our video on how to travel cheap to Miami. Type this on YouTube, it will already appear on at the end of the screen of this video in the last seconds. I'll put it there highlighted, but this video is very complete. It teaches you how to set up your entire trip, hiring everything for as little as possible. We have been discovering over the years the places that are cheaper to make each reservation. We centralize everything in a video. It's all there, so watch it there. Let's go guys, some initial doubts that I'll already give before because everybody asks about the table. It's the following, okay? The value I will put is in dollars. It's much better to put it in dollars because the value varies a lot, okay guys? If I put it in my currency or in any other currency, the value can vary a lot. When you watch the video, it can be a totally different exchange rate. So see how much the exchange rate is today and then just multiply it and observe. But the dollar value is much more stable, much more consistent. Everything will be in dollars. It's a 10-day travel period we took here from the 1st to the 10th of October. They are periods of average season. It's not even high season. December and July are expensive, nor the other months, so it's an intermediate value for one person. All the values that are here will be for 10 days of traveling and for one person, and we always divide the table here in two profiles: the economic profile, which is for that person who wants to travel saving as much as possible on everything, and also the comfort profile for that person who wants to travel with a little more comfort, take a nicer car, a more comfortable hotel, do some tours, so you can see which one you fit best and see the value of your trip. So come on, starting with the airfare, we did not put the cost of the visa, okay guys, passport, because many people already have it. If you don't have it yet, research well. It costs $160 for the visa, a little more. The passport is much cheaper, but you need to include that cost. If you already have it, now just follow with this cost from here. The cost of airfare, I put here $750. It's in the two columns, which is the standard flight. There's no way to differentiate a flight to Miami. This value may be higher, lower, depending on where you live. If you live far from capitals, places that have few flights, but this is an average value, a good value, okay guys, that I'm finding today. Converting to my currency, it's expensive. In the past it was much cheaper, you found a more affordable ticket. Nowadays it's impossible to find for these values. The values has increased, so this value is already an excellent one. If you can get a ticket at this value guys, it's already amazing. It's a very good cost for airfare, but you have to research very well. And now let's talk about the hotel. One of the most expensive places in the United States for hotels is Miami, but you can try to save with some tips, okay? The value I put here is the full value for the 10 days of traveling for one person, $450 in the economic profile. It's a nice hotel downtown, which is a very good area, okay? Downtown is a very nice area. It's not Miami Beach, but it's near there. A few minutes away. It's very nice, a little bit cheaper. It's a very nice hotel, well taken care of. I used it one one that we stayed at once that was the cheapest we've ever stayed at of all of them. The one you're seeing here on the screen, I'll even let it here down in the video in the description and in the first comments the right link of the hotels that we have already stayed and the links to the places we use it to search and get the prices. You will see that they are good prices. You may look and see that the price of things is more expensive. It's because we already know the places that have the best price of all, so I'll leave everything listed. See on the computer, open the video, go see in the description that everything is in order here. So this hotel for $150, a slightly nicer hotel in Miami Beach, which is a more touristy area. You'll be close to the beach, it's a little bit more expensive, $650, one that fits the pattern you see here, so you can get it cheaper than that. Yes, there are hotels, but the level drops, the grades drop to 6 and a bit, the grade is from 0 to 10 here from booking evaluation. They are hotels a little bit more, they're not so clean, so safe, but they have staff, racers that they always have. This is an acceptable hotel. Oh, and guys who doesn't follow me yet, follow me on Instagram at @Lorenzi and at Livia De Lorenzi. We have been living in Orlando for almost 2 years now. We are showing everything here. We show our travels around the world, the Disney parks. Now we are closed and we go practically every week. There is a travel content of the American Day to Day there. Follow, very cool. That you will like. And who can take a look later at our new channel, the Lorenzi Family Channel. It's the same idea. We show the daily life here in the United States, the adaptation in another country, how life is here, the Disney parks, the beaches near here, traveling around the world, the routine with our daughters who are a blast. Who can? So follow us there, watch there. And now let's go to transportation. Miami is a place that's highly recommended to rent a personal car, but for those who want to save a lot and don't want to rent the car, I put here in the economic option $150 for those who are going to use Uber, okay? You will get there, you will use Uber and you will be with one person, you will share, each one will pay $25 for the transfer. Just from the airport to the hotel will cost an average of $50, so it will be $25 for each one, and then the return $25, it's already $50 plus a trip to some mall outlet that's away from the beach. This value is saving, okay guys, because you can spend much more than that if you want and explore all the areas, the outlets and the most beautiful beaches that are up here in Miami. But it's for those who want to save. It's the economic profile, $150. Now who wants to rent a car? I put here by searches gave $350 per person. If two people share, it's $350 for each, considering parking and fuel. So you will have a car, you can go to the beaches, to the outlets. You have to add the value, of course, because we will have parking. Gas is cheap, it's only one tank. You will use little on the issue of parking in Miami. There is a lot. You will have to pay every time you stop in one place or another, so it gets a little expensive, but you get a nice freedom. It's to consider. So this value of $350, this is using the car rental comparator that I'll leave here also in the middle of all those links. It's not directing the car rental companies nor on the website, that's much more expensive than that. The value is using the website that we use here that compares the pricing all companies. Now let's talk about travel insurance. Guys, international travel insurance is very important for you to have one. Anywhere you're traveling outside your country, make one. It's very cheap and it covers you from absurd expenses that you may have, okay guys? There is a medical consultation, hospitalization sometimes that costs $1,000 for. It's absurd the price of health out there here abroad, so get one. So just to have an idea, good travel insurance with a medical cover of $60,000, it covers you for up to $60,000, $800 of lost luggage, $30 guys per person for the 10 days. It's very cheap, so make one. Be sure to do it. I'll leave here below the link also for the comparator, which is the only place we can find the incredible prices, and it's a good place. We've always hired it for years. Take a look, it's a very cheap insurance, but be sure to do one. And the next item on the list is the chip, the travel chip. Who travels today without the cell phone internet working? There's no way guys, there's no way to make a trip without the internet. A few places may have Wi-Fi, sure, some parks, some Starbucks, shopping malls, but for the other periods of the trip that you will not be in these places, to ask for an Uber, to be able to locate yourself, to use Waze, see the map, use the GPS. For those who will rent a car guys, the chip is very important, so buy the chip, because if you come with your local operator's plan, you will pay a very high international roaming fee. So the cheapest option is a travel chip, which has several companies that already sell it, already delivered to the whole world. It's a prepaid international chip that you put on your cell phone and use the internet during your trip. easily, okay? It's super easy. There's even the virtual chip which you receive by email. It's much easier than you think. So the chip value is a good chip, which is what we like to use. $45, 5 gigs of internet. It's more than enough for all these days of traveling. Even for 15, 20 days it's possible. I'll leave here also under this chip, but it's a good chip. $45 per person for all of those days of traveling, so you can use it with freedom. And now the food. Food is one of the very difficult items for you to calculate, because each one you can survive with $10 a day if you only buy pasta at the supermarkets, there at Walmart, noodles, drinking water from the tap. It's possible. Some people say it jokingly, sometimes I say it's possible, but an amount that I think is considerable for at least you to have a minimum of comfort for the economic. We always leave $40 per person, okay? The one day of food for a nice lunch, a dinner and a fast food in the afternoon, you want to drink water, coffee, buy a chocolate, an ice cream, always appears some expense, so $40 is an okay value, a nice value, and $70 in comfort for those who want a slightly cooler lunch one day there on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach is sensational. The drinks there are expensive. If you like to drink, guys, this value will increase. We spend a lot on the drinks, we love there on the Ocean Drive. Then it's a little more expensive, but this value allows you to eat super well then during your stay, so you just have to see how much you eat. And the tours, guys, for Miami has very little compared for the videos we made here from New York and Orlando. Here are the parks, guys. The amusement parks are very expensive. Miami no longer has practically any attractions that's paid. You enjoy the beaches more, so the car is nice. You spend a little more on the car, but there are 5, 6 incredible beaches for you to go to an hour, 40 minutes from Miami. Use outlets, don't go to museum attractions. I put here 0 in the economy. For those who want to save, you can not spend anything on the tours, but for those who want to take a tour or another, I put $100 here, which are 2 very cool tours. One is the boat trip for you to visit the mansion of the famous 2, which is cheap, okay guys, it's not expensive, and another tour that can be in the case of the Everglades, which is the swamp here in Florida, where you can see the alligators. You go on that boat with the propeller or some other tour there at the time. There are some museums, there's the Miami Zoo, there are some things for children, but $100 is okay. So finishing our table, the value here for an economy profile, $1,825. Convert to your currency, guys, it's a value that I know is higher than it was before. In the past, it was not so expensive. Now, unfortunately, it has increased. This is a real value, okay, guys? There are many people giving lower values. We are worried because there are people who have been believing it will get here and have a problem. We had a case now this week of a friend of ours who came thinking he was going to spend less, spent more. Yes, poor guy, he had a hard time. So this is the value that we pass, very real for you not to stand and have problems there. And the comfort profile, $2,625, and convert it to your currency. It's a little more expensive, but it's a cooler trip, a more comfortable hotel. The car makes the difference, guys. Orlando and Miami, in my opinion, it's very worth the cost of the car. And if you're in more people, you can split it for everybody. If you're in 4 people, you can split gas. Parking is totally working, guys. Florida in general, it's worth it a lot. Orlando and Miami is going to be amazing. And these are the final values, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us that like and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the other videos that are very good. There is the video of everything you can imagine from Miami to Orlando, everywhere in the world, but I will highlight the one on how to travel cheap to Miami. It's a very complete video that will teach you how to save a lot from the beginning to the end of your trip, hiring everything at the lowest price, saving on everything you can, and with good quality service that we use and know are good and that works out in the end. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for your attention and have nice trips.